What's up, YouTube? We talked about our NFL special last podcast episode, but today we're just doing a little short talking about all the NBA trades, all the NBA moves, some early predictions, some things like that. So let's get straight into it. The latest blockbuster move, per se, we've had is Lamelo going to the Timberwolves. For this is what the haul. I'm not going to lie, LaMelo's a great player. He's an all-star. I think he's a dog. I think he's underrated in all-NBA talks and all-star talks. But they gave up 3 firsts. That's pick swaps, though, so you never know. 3 seconds, which seconds nowadays with the talent that's coming up is kind of crazy. Like, you got Malik Thomas in the second round this year. You got Isaiah Evans in the second round this year. those are players who will be 7th, 8th bench guys on your team. So I feel like that's also a lot. And then they gave up But I feel, and then one unprotected, but that's in 2033, so I don't even know if they're ever going to see that. Hopefully this isn't a trade we look back at like the Paul George trade for the Hornets. Good for them. They're a young squad. I feel like the Hornets definitely won this trade. Selling really high on LaMelo. I don't know how many greatness years he has left. He's constantly hurt. He does have that injury bug, as we call it in the sports media. I guess I'm a part of sports media. But, to just talk about it, man, you have LaMelo starting at the 1, Ant 2. That's one of the best 1-2 combos I feel you can have in the whole NBA. I feel that 1-2 combo is better than anything OKC can bring at you. I feel that 1-2 combo is better than a young Spurs 1-2 combo. I believe that 1-2 is going to be better than the Knicks. But the Knicks just play team basketball, so I don't think they'll beat the Knicks ever. Let's just talk about it, where they rank up in the West. With LaMelo this year, I do believe that they beat the Spurs probably in 6 games. They gave them a tough series. Rudy Gobert, for some reason, turned into Muri Sakibara from Kuroko no Basket. If you know, you know. But, this dude, for some reason, just turned into Prime Shaq and realized I'm 7'2" and buff. What if I just dunk and block shots and live up to my Hall of Fame status, which is crazy to call Rudy Gobert a Hall of Famer. But, honestly, he's a top 5, top 3 defensive player of all time. So, you kind of got to put him in the Hall. But Rudy Gobert, man, he was locked in that series. But if you add LaMelo, add some of the defensive pressure off Ant, when Ant got hurt, someone to help pick him up, and then getting a guy like Ayo Dosunmu, getting him minutes, getting that playoff experience, dude, that helps so much for that team. I saw they're signing him to another extension. That's good. That's good money. Way to get him early. Because I think Ayo Dosunmu, I was high on him when he was in the Bulls. But I thought he was going to be good. But I feel like the Bulls just didn't really know how to use him. So, going to a place like Minnesota where he had that breakout game going for 40. Getting that playoff experience was absolutely huge for him. Getting that confidence that, I can cook these guys. I can cook the top guys. I'm right here in the league. So that was huge. And it's going to be fun watching his development. And then they gave up Naz Reid. That affects a lot of scoring. That did affect Wemby having to guard Naz Reid as well in that series. That let him obviously win a couple of games because Wemby can't really guard on ball. So just giving that threat that was Naz Reid, that helped a lot in that series. But yeah, I do think LaMelo probably turns them into a top 3 team in the East. Right now, if they played the Spurs, I don't know. But I'm talking this year's Spurs team, they beat them. They beat them out the water. Spurs probably get 2 home games and then that's it. But yeah, they definitely win. But they're definitely a top 3 team. They're up there with the Thunder. They're up there with a young Rockets squad. They're up there. You can't talk in the West without talking about them. You can't talk about the West without talking about Anthony Edwards. The brother can hoop. But yeah, that's one of my favorite deals so far. It's really good for the Hornets. I feel like it's a win-win situation. Hornets, young team. Hornets need young talent. I guess they're kind of building around Con Knipple. One of my hot takes is I don't think Con Knipple will be an all-star. I said that before this trade. I was talking to my brother about it, but I don't know now because he has less shots in LaMelo Ball, less hucks. Dude, that game against in the playing game, dude, he was just trying stuff to try stuff. That was like right shoulder bump fades, like in the guard in Game 7. Like he was just doing stuff to do stuff. But now that Con Knipple can get more shots, especially from the 3-point line, that'll help a lot. But the problem is he's taking on a scoring role, which means he's going to have more defensive pressure on him when he was a third option. Now leaning into that 1-2 when Brandon Miller's off the court, I mean, that's going to be huge. And also, it's going to be really fun to see how Brandon Miller steps up. I mean, this guy's an absolute dog. I mean, averaging 20, one of the most underrated young players in our game. We don't talk about him because of the whole... I'm not going to even try to word it because I could get... Yeah. But if you know, you know from Alabama. But yeah, it's going to be fun watching Brandon Miller. I think he's going to take a Danny Avdia jump. By that, I just mean being a fringe all-star to being an all-star, stepping in that role, averaging 20 a game. I think Brandon Miller is going to be upwards of 28 to 25 a game. You know, I think he's going to be a great leader for that team. You know, getting all those picks, getting Naz Reid, you know, developing a bunch of young guys. I think it's going to be huge to be like, that's our guy. And I feel like we can build off him. And I'm glad the Hornets are confident in their roster, in their young talent. I mean, that's huge. If I'm a young player, I'm like, dang, they traded for me, so I got to be a cornerstone. So they're going to lock in more, take the training more. You know, that's ginormous. And then we obviously talked about Minnesota. I mean, it's not winter now because they're both relatively young. But, dude, in 5 years, in 8 years, like, we're going to be looking back and be like, Minnesota either busted out and gave a Clippers-type situation or they won 2 championships. And, you know, it's going to be really interesting to talk about. I'm going to be excited to watch this team, this Timberwolves team. Because when you look back on the Clippers trade, I mean, no one thought SGA was going to be that good. You take SGA out of the equation, I mean, the Thunder are still really good. But if you take what SGA was, I mean, no one thought he was going to be that good. That's why they traded him. If you told him they were going to be MVP 4 years ago, you'd be like, what is he talking about? I mean, SGA, the guy that just flops, but you wouldn't be talking about him like that. And then obviously they drafted well. Sam Presti knows how to get picks. But it's obviously just player development for the Thunder. But when you look back and it's like the Clippers had a run, they had a shot. I thought they could have won in 2020 or 2021 or 2019, the year they got there. No, it was 2020, 2021, 22. I don't know how that gets there. They should have had a shot. Kawhi was just a letdown, man. You could see that he really kind of just sold everything he had to win that ring for the Raptors there. But yeah, you look back. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking because I say you look back and too much. But I was gonna talk about more trades, but this trade is just so enticing that I talked about this for 8 minutes. So thank you guys. Please like and subscribe. Please comment. It means the world to me. So thank you guys.